Senator Blunt, you brought up the issue of air traffic control, and that was something that became a flashpoint in the FAA reauthorization bill debate in the House. There was an effort at one point to talk about privatizing the air traffic control system. What do you make of that argument, both of you, and do you think any discussion of that will resurface as this bill proceeds through the Senate?
Well, I think there's merit to looking at maybe a different way to have the structure, but that didn't seem, again, let me say, it just didn't produce the votes necessary to get it done. The Congress in about 10 years ago said we've got to move to a better system. We've got to move to a system that doesn't fly from tower to tower, but does this in a better way, has planes and passengers in the air less time, keeps better track of what's up there and knows where those planes are. And we need to do that. Now, to do that, if we're not going to have a different system, we need to figure out how to fund the improvement in the system we're moving toward. Last year, in the funding bill that we did at the end of the year, there's another $1 billion put into the air traffic funding amounts, and we think we'll do that another $1 billion again this year. Whether it's that $1 billion or some amount of money, if we're going to get to NextGen by, I think the goal was 2025, but we're not much further along than we were 10 years ago. We have to figure out how to get there, and it will benefit safety, passengers, cost of flying, because you'll just know where planes are and have them in the air less time. So, and by the way, on safety, as Senator Cantwell mentioned, really the deregulation, the safety numbers have gotten better and better all the time, and we always hope there's never an aircraft problem or a loss of life or injury, and we saw a tragic loss of life not too long ago, but that's a very rare occasion in the country that has the most airline traffic in the world.
Well, Sean, to your question, fuel efficiency, fuel efficiency, fuel efficiency. Who benefits from fuel efficiency? The consumer, hopefully with lower fares, the business itself, our competitiveness. So moving towards and getting NextGen implemented is all about the aviation industry taking the advantage of better fuel efficiency by more direct routes. So we want to see that happen. And the debate that's ensued over this private versus not private has really been more of who's going to represent us as you make those decisions on how to fund the implementation of NextGen. I hope we can just get in a room and make progress on getting NextGen done. I mentioned the Greener Skies initiative in the Northwest, and the fact that our aviation has been able to get a lot of our flights landing this way and moving the efficiency. And I think, as Senator Blunt said, there's been some frustration that that's not happened in more spots in the United States to date. So the question is, having those sectors of our economy that help fund this aviation infrastructure be comfortable with how that's going to get done, and to make sure that they're represented in those discussions in the future, that they have somebody to go to. Right now, a lot of people like the fact that they could come and have this in a public forum in the United States Congress and have this discussion. And people sometimes get anxious that if it's going to be this private sector entity, what's going to happen to them, and whether those fees are going to become exorbitant, and then they'll have no say in the matter. So look, I just want to accomplish the fact that NextGen is critical to that efficiency, and it's going to help make us more competitive.
And on that topic, Sean, probably fuel is the biggest unpredictable cost in airline travel, and we've just been reading this week that jet fuel's going up, and airlines are figuring out if they need to adjust their ticket prices to that. And of course, by the time they adjust the ticket prices, airline fuel may be back down. But it is a big unpredictable. So the more you can make this system work in an efficient way, the more you take that unpredictable cost that I'm sure ticket costs try to anticipate what might happen, and the less you're worried about what might happen, the more you can be competitive on that ticket price.